Hi everyone, how are you? I bet a lot of you are wondering why I have punching bags behind me. That is my bobblehead punching bag, and this one over here is Bob. And no, I did not name him. It's an acronym for Body Opponent Bag. He's still dressed for my skit, my pickpocket skit from my Harry Potter video. In case you didn't see it, I was reenacting the time when I stopped a pickpocket on, it was either a subway or a train in Paris. You can check that out if you want to. After filming the skit, I remembered something that an instructor had told me. When I was hitting a bag, and I guess I wasn't hitting it hard enough, he told me, imagine that this is somebody that you hate, somebody that you want to punch. I kind of stopped for a second and I was like, wait, there's no one that I actually, like, it had never occurred to me to imagine that the punching bag was a person, which probably sounds kind of funny because I think a lot of people kind of do that, like imagine that the punching bag is a person, but I don't know why it had never occurred to me to do that. And then it made me think, like, when I hit a punching bag, like, obviously it helps me get rid of frustration about anything, but what am I hitting? What I'm hitting, I think, is more of the negative ideas, the negative concepts in the world, the injustice or hatred or like anything negative that's bothering me. I think that that's what I'm hitting more than a person. And I think that that's an interesting point because I think that when a lot of people get into fights, what they're fighting is their past demons. What they're fighting is some negative concept that the other person represents. I was reading this book, Altruism and Altruistic Love, and actually I read the whole book. It's something that I'm kind of reading for my dissertation. One thing that was pointed out in this book was, like, how great would it be if the human race redirected all of its anger and fighting spirit towards fighting hunger, towards fighting disease, towards fighting all of natural disasters, towards fighting all of these things that affect the human race as a whole, instead of towards fighting each other, which causes more pain, more injustice, kind of cycles. Because when we turn things into us versus them, us versus that person, and we make other people represent something negative, as opposed to seeing them as fallible human beings just like us, we end up increasing the cycle of violence. So when we make another person represent a stereotype, represent a negative idea, we often end up triggering the other person to do the same thing to us. One person can be fighting because they feel like there's an injustice, and the other person can be fighting because they feel that there was the same injustice, which ironically is almost like they're fighting on the same side for the same reasons, but against each other, when they should be fighting with each other. Like, not with each other, coming together and actually coming up with solutions, instead of fighting each other and harming each other and then no solutions are come up with. Also, when I hit a punching bag, I feel like I'm fighting for something. Oh, I just thought of that. Like, do you feel like you're fighting for something or against something, or both? Like, you can fight against something and for something at the same time. I love Matthew Kelly's quote, as I've probably told you before. In order to say no to something, you have to say yes to something else. And part of what kind of made me go into martial arts was the fact that I love the whole idea of you go in and you fight and you, like, can become a better person. But the truth of the matter is, just fighting, just punching something doesn't make you, like, a better person, but the discipline can. Having a place to let go of your stress, let go of your anger in a productive manner that could in the future actually save your life, like, that is a positive thing. But just fighting in itself, that does not necessarily do any good unless you are gearing it towards something positive. Obviously, fighting simplifies things, when in truth, other people are full of positive and negative things, just like us. Like, we're full of strengths and weaknesses, just like everyone else. And oddly enough, like, when I want to strive for peace, it might be some sort of a primal thing, but I feel like punching something. Like, when I hear about injustice or fighting somewhere else, it makes me want to punch something. But the odd thing is that, like, that can perpetrate more violence if you direct that towards another person. So hitting a punching bag could actually be a good thing. For example, the riots in England that happened a while back. Like, a lot of people had genuine anger, like, valid. There have been negative things that have happened in these people's lives. But gearing that anger towards your neighbors, towards innocent shop owners, people's property, that is not solving the situation. Just because your cause is good does not mean that the certain battle that you are engaging in, if it harms innocent people, that does not mean that that battle is good. It's kind of like putting someone in jail for a crime that they didn't commit. Just because a crime was committed does not mean that somebody has to go to jail. The right people have to go to jail. You can't just blindly, like, explode in anger. And I think that's an important thing to just kind of think about in this time of all of these protests. Fine, protest, change things, but make sure you're actually changing them and not just kind of making other people's lives miserable without any plan. It really depends on what you're protesting and the situations and what you're doing to protest. Like Gandhi did amazing things through his peaceful protest of nonviolence. And this is a battle that I think has to be won within each person. There are a lot of people who are going to lose this battle within themselves, and they are going to do negative things to each other, and they are going to project all of their anger, all of their hatred towards innocent bystanders, innocent people. So I'm not saying that there shouldn't be any military or any defense, or people shouldn't learn how to defend themselves. I'm just saying that within yourself, win that battle. Within that self, make sure that you know what you're fighting for. Make sure that you know what you're fighting against. And I know that most of us aren't actually going out and fighting with guns or fighting with our fists. Most of us fight with words. Most of us fight with our actions. We might make innocent people victims of our own past negative circumstances. We might scapegoat others because something else is bothering us. So this is something that we have to kind of look at within ourselves, and also know that sometimes we win this battle, sometimes we lose it, and sometimes other people win this battle and sometimes other people lose it. So hopefully we win the battle most of the time, and we kind of know what our focus is and know what we're fighting towards and striving towards. I think that it's achievable to be able to kind of get that focus and stay with it. But other people are humans just like us, and they might be having a bad day, and they might trigger something negative within us that therefore makes us remember something negative, and then it triggers the other person even more, and then it kind of cycles. We can only really account for ourselves and try to do our best, and then kind of go with the flow afterwards, I guess. So yeah, in conclusion, I want you to let me know if you actually hit punching bags or not. That's kind of irrelevant, but if you were to hit a punching bag, what, deep down, if you looked into yourself, what would you feel like you would be fighting for, and what would you be fighting against? Let me know that in the comments, or if you don't want to share that, just kind of keep it to yourself. But yeah, I just wanted to put this video out there, and I know it's kind of random. Yeah, I hope you're all having a wonderful day and you achieve whatever positive goals you are striving towards.